Today we have to see how can we get equilibrium constant from Nernst equation. Equilibrium constant from Nernst equation. Let us consider the reaction, the galvanic cell, zinc plus copper ions giving zinc ions plus copper solid. At equilibrium we know that E cell becomes 0. What happens? As soon as all the zinc metal is getting oxidized to zinc ions and all the copper ions are reduced to copper solid, we see that there is no output seen in the voltmeter. There is no current flow, no voltage is being seen in the voltmeter. At that equilibrium, we say that E cell is the electromotive force, that is the voltage that we were getting out in the outer circuit, becomes 0. Nernst equation says that E cell is equal to E naught cell minus 0.059 upon N log zinc ions concentration divided by copper ion concentration. When E cell is equal to 0, we say that we bring it this side, E naught cell becomes equal to 0.059 upon N. N is the number of electron transferred. For this particular reaction, we saw yesterday's video that this N is 2 log Kc. Now at equilibrium, this further change in the concentration of zinc and copper ions remains constant. There is no change observed. So this remains, this achieves the equilibrium, and we say that this ratio is said as to be equilibrium constant Kc. For Daniell cell, we know that E naught cell, the total output that is obtained is 1.1 volt. We can substitute the value of E naught cell. What do we get? 0. This 1.1 equals to 0.059 upon 2 log Kc. The question is how to get the value of Kc out of this reaction. So log Kc will be equal to log Kc equals to 1.1 into 2 upon 0.059. So whatever we get here. Now it comes out to be approximately, I think, 2.2, and whatever we get here, 37 point something we get, I think. Now this is the value of log Kc, 37 point something. You need to calculate Kc. Kc will be, if you see the anti-log, this is the log Kc value. If you have to find out the Kc, you have to see anti-log of this 37. So this will be approximately something into 10 to the power 37. The most important point to be discussed here is log is not in the syllabus of CBSE. So seeing the log table, the simple calculations, making use of the log table is valid, like we can do them all. But the tedious ones as well as the anti-log values is quite difficult. So this is permitted that you can leave your answer in the log term itself. So you can leave your answer as log Kc equals to whatever you get out of this calculation here, so that the marks are not deducted and you are given full marks. If your rest of the steps, substituting it in the formula, substituting the values in the formula, solving out rest of the terms, bringing it to the minimum, if these all the steps are correct, you are given full marks. Marks are not deducted. We'll take one more question of this type. Calculate Kc for the reaction copper solid plus 2 Ag plus giving copper ions plus 2 Ag solid. We can make out from the reaction itself that copper is getting oxidized. So in this case, copper is behaving as anode. Silver is getting reduced, so the silver is behaving as cathode. E naught cell is also given 0.46 volt. Now how, if we are not given and we are given separate electrode potentials of these different electrodes, then also we are able to find out E naught cell, that is equal to E naught cathode minus E naught anode. That might have also been given in the question. So instead of giving directly, they can give you electrode potentials of the different electrodes. Following the same equation, same step, that is E naught cell is equal to 0.059 upon N. What is the N value here? N value is again 2. Though this is Ag plus, but there is stoichiometric coefficient 2 added to this because the number of electrons lost is 2 and we have to balance the number of electrons transferred. That is, the number of electrons lost will be equal to number of electrons gained. So 2 Ag plus is taken, plus 2 electrons giving you 2 Ag solid. So total, the number of electrons transferred here is again 2. So 0.059 upon 2 log Kc. The value of E naught cell is also given here, that is equal to 0.46 volt. Log Kc will be what? Log Kc will be 0.46 into 2 upon 0.059. Whatever value you get out of this, that will be the value of log Kc. You can leave your answer in terms of log Kc. The marks are not deducted. Those who are able to get the value of antilog, they can see it's well and good. Otherwise, need not to worry. Now the next topic comes Gibbs energy. Gibbs energy calculations from E naught cell values, from equilibrium constant values. We have already studied this expression in class 11. Delta G is equal to minus NF E cell. E cell, that is electromotive force of the cell, electrode potential of the cell. N is the number of electrons transferred in the redox reaction. F is the Faraday, that is equal to 96500. Delta G is the Gibbs free energy change. We have also studied this thermodynamical aspect, that if we get delta G equals to negative, the reaction becomes spontaneous, otherwise reaction is non-spontaneous. If the conditions are taken, the standard conditions are taken, it becomes delta G naught equals to minus NF E naught cell. E cell becomes E naught cell if the standard conditions are followed. Again, for the Daniell cell reaction, zinc plus copper ions giving you zinc ions plus copper solid. We say delta Gr will be what? Delta Gr stands for the reaction. Standards Gibbs energy change for this reaction equals to minus NF E naught cell. We know what is the E naught cell for this standard cell. It is 1.1 volt. So delta Gr can be calculated minus, what is the value of N? It is 2. F is 96500 coulombs into 1.1 volt. You calculate it out, you will get the value of this in joules per mole. You can convert it to kilojoules per mole also. We have also studied this thermodynamical aspect, making use of the equilibrium constant. Delta Gr naught equals to minus RT ln Kc, natural log Kc. You can convert it to the log with the base 10. It becomes minus 2.303 RT log with the base 10 Kc. So if the value of Kc is given, then we can calculate the value of delta G also, and we can also interpret the spontaneity of the reaction. If we get delta G as negative, then the reaction is spontaneous. If we get delta G as positive, the reaction is non-spontaneous.